I wanted to find a lover who made me forget the universe, or rather made the universe feel like it was starting within. I wanted to find a lover I could paint a picture with, and our paint would be each other, and our hues would be alive. But I've been offered love in poetry, psychoanalyzed to the bone. I've been broken and consecrated, I've been discarded in the thorns. I've been searching in all the wrong places, for I felt that that's where you'd be found. Or am I the one that's reaching like a weed, escaping the ground? Then if I find you, will the universe fall away? And when I ask you, are you the one for me, will you say, look at me, until you can see that I am who I am. I am Mary Magdalene. I wanna find a lover to illuminate my empty streets, and who would dance in the radiance like you discovered our escape. I wanna find that lover who is out there looking for me. For surely there has to be, surely there has to be. I wanna find a lover, that's why I'm falling into you. 'Cause you, it seems, are falling just as deeply into me. 'Cause you, it seems, are falling just as deeply into me. Have you noticed? The universe is gone, I can feel it in our joints, struggling to begin. And when I ask you, are you the one for me? Look at me, you'll say. Look at me until you can see that I am who I am. I am Mary Magdalene.
Hey everybody. So we were going to interview Dave O'Neggs tonight, but 45 minutes ago he pulled out, and so which actually is a good thing, because I've been trying to figure out how to get Kelly on, because she's always in the background doing producing, and also to thank you all on behalf of all of us for all the incredible, beautiful messages about our decision to get married. And so let's start, because people love her much more than me. The only one they call is her now. But there is. So how are we going to do this? First off, do you want to thank the people for...
Absolutely. Hey, everyone. thank you for all your love and your support and your well wishes and beautiful comments. And um,
How many times have you been married before?
I've got something to tell you, Michael. No, this is my first time round, and surprise, surprise, um, I'm not a virgin, just for the record. But so it'll be an off-white dress, and
50 Shades of Grey or something like that?
yeah, something like that. Anyway, so thank you everyone who has wished us both well and congratulated us, and it's just really beautiful to see so much love out there from people. I guess it's been really gorgeous. So thank you. And if I haven't got back to you personally, don't take it personally, because even my kids sometimes think that I've been in an accident or something horrible's happened to me because I don't get back to them either. So yeah.
There's, we have to say, we have a lot of people calling up because we've been trying to get a lot of stuff solved for the Christmas break because we know it's going to be hard afterwards. But so we get tons of messages a day, copious, and they come from Facebook, they come from Instagram, they come from WhatsApp, they come from Signal, they come from Gmail, they come from Proton Mail. And there's only two of us in the bus, and we still got to, like, I've been changing the shockies, changing the shockies today and everything. And it's just time, and it's just time. And we've got a sort of thing now, haven't we, since the heart attack, that come the evening after the show, we stop. So we don't do any work after the show. That is our time. And
That doesn't
and
always
away.
happen though, Michael.
Oh, Doughboy says, but Michael Carey's already married to the bus. Thoughts?
But I do love Florence. Whenever I go shopping or out somewhere and I come back and I see her parked there, I just like, oh, there you are, baby.
Yeah, she's a nice one.
Yeah. So
Now, first off, if you have any questions for Kelly, especially from the ladies, first off,
from
how do
anyone,
you
not
survive?
especially from the ladies. That's
How do you survive without a shower in the bus or a toilet?
initially it was quite challenging, but now I just take it in my stride. Lately, we've been bathing in the sea or a river or a creek, or yeah,
A dam today.
yeah. Dam was beautiful with the blue lotus. Yeah, and the slime.
And dragonflies. So that's it. We're actually bathing in nature. So thanks, Douglas. So bathing in nature. But the other thing that I want to bring up, why I think it's not just to celebrate what's happening. Um, all of us, all of us who didn't want to comply with the government or complied, and then after we complied, didn't want to keep complying, have been on an odyssey. That's what we're going to talk about with Dave on next today. He's had a huge traumatic year. I think it was a bit too much for him, and I understand. But all of us have been on an odyssey. And that's why I called the novel Goodbye Road. I had no idea where I was going. I didn't even care. I just knew I had to go the opposite way from where the government was taking us. So I just followed an inner voice in here. That's how I ended up in the marches. That's how I ended up in Epic. That's how I ended up going around Australia. And this is what I want to talk about, because I think this is a story of hope, because I'm going around Australia. I have no idea what my future is. I just do every day as it comes. Um, but we were already united way before I got to Lismore. Do you want to talk how?
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
That's see.
I was reading the comments.
I'm just talking about and this is create hope for the journey we're on. So you were watching me in Epic. Now I know some people have heard this, but there's a magic to it. There's a connection. There's a sense of destiny, and if there's a sense of destiny, then there's always hope. And so, tell us when you first. Oh, first off, for those who haven't heard, you're in Lismore,
Yep.
pre-COVID. You're working in a hospital.
Pre-COVID? What do you mean pre-COVID?
Before we'd ever heard of COVID.
Before we heard, yes, that's correct. Yes, I was slogging it away at Lismore Base Hospital as a wardie, and I was there for about 7 years, 7 or 8 years. I got to know the hospital and the staff very, very well. And
Can we hear about the bra incident?
ah,
This
you
is to show how Kelly works. Tell us. It's a great story.
okay? So when I started at the hospital, I was the only woman in the department of a team full of men who some had been there 20, 30 years, and they were very content with their team, I suppose. And then I got the job at the hospital because I always wanted to work with the dying and the deceased. It was something that had been of interest to me for a long time, and when I saw that in the job description, I just went for it, and I moved from where I was living and relocated about, I don't know, probably about 1,000 k away to go to Lismore. And so yeah, I was working with the guys there, and
Sorry, guys, we're not having a good day. Keep talking, Kelly.
and to start with, they're all very professional and sort of a little bit standoffish, if I'm to be honest about it. But in the end, we're all quite firm friends, and I had a great working relationship, and the guys taught me a lot of stuff, and I got to see a soft side
The
of
bra
them.
incident.
Okay. So, all right. So not everyone has a good day every day at work. And this particular day, one of my colleagues, he was having a bad day, and he said to me in passing in the corridor, "You only get a hand because you got a set of tits." And I thought, oh,
And she does.
I, well, expecting anything like that from this guy because he'd never been rude to me in the past. And anyway, so I considered us firm friends prior to that comment. And so the next day I bought in one of my bras and I hung it up in our staff room, and I stuffed it full of tissues. And can you remember what Jeff said? That I wrote a note there basically to the gentleman that was rude to me, basically telling him that he could use the tissues to wipe his tears with. But there was something else I said.
There's something, this bra doesn't give me any benefits.
That's right. Yeah. Just basically throwing it back at him, saying, I was born the way that I am, and my tits don't get me anywhere. But anyway.
So how did the men relate? How did most of the men react?
They thought it was great. They loved it, but they were like tiptoeing around the subject. And then we had one of the union reps come along, and he punched the code into the door, and just stood there in the corridor with his foot holding the door open, and took a photograph of my bra hanging up there, and the note that I must ask Jeff, my good friend, what that note said. Yeah, and it never went any further. No one ever spoke to me formally about it. But after about a month or so of it hanging up there, one of the guys said to me, "Don't you think it's time, Kel, that you take that down now? Because it was right in your face as soon as you opened up the door. You couldn't avoid it. This." So anyway, I enjoyed working with the guys.
So anyway, she's working at the hospital, and like loads of us, you lost your job. And then the funniest thing was, that was the thing, you lost your job. But you had no backup, did you? No family to rely on, anything. You're just on your own.
Yeah. Yes, I was renting.
Did you have much savings?
I had minuscule savings, a few grand, I've got to say, and that's what I lived on, and that's now gone.
And then you got a job with the other place. Now, this is hilarious.
Yeah.
Called what?
Well, when I knew I was going to get the sack from the hospital, I started looking around for jobs in disability because I've done that work
sorry.
before.
Before you go there, you did contact the hospital with lots of letters telling them why you weren't taking it, and remember pleading your case?
Yeah, everyone got the opportunity to put their case forward as to why they didn't want to take the jab. And I'd already worked with COVID positive patients at the hospital. I was the first person to go down and meet the AMBOs when we had the first ones come in to the base hospital. And I didn't feel any fear at all. Everyone was dressed up in all the garbage bags, basically. And I just felt compassion for these poor people that were being treated like, they were lepers. Anyway, so what was the question?
What colour bra was it?
Oh, okay. It was red and black. And the black was the lacy part around there. So it was quite a pretty bra. But
Now, what was the job? So you basically wrote your letters to them, but they just ignored everything.
That's right. Yeah, so I wrote to, I don't know, the director of the hospital, pled my case, said that I worked there for 7 or 8 years, whatever it was. I worked in various departments of the hospital. I basically knew all the staff, and I had a good rapport with all of them. I'd work double shifts, finishing like at 11 p.m., starting at 7 a.m. I did that regularly. I was a devoted worker. I'd never been in any shit or, apart from the bra incident, but that wasn't really shit. And I love my job. It was pretty much like my family, my social life, my bloody everything. And I didn't see any reason why I should be sacked for taking an experiment.
For not taking it.
For not taking an experiment, yeah.
And when you left, what was that thing that one nurse gave to you?
Oh, yeah. So on my last shift, this gorgeous nurse, Leah, she gave me a salute as I walked out, and it felt really eerie and surreal on my last shift.
Were you upset, like you were teary or anything, or angry, or just like bamboozled? What was going through your head?
I wasn't teary or upset. I was more in disbelief that how could they be letting me go when I've been such a faithful, loyal worker, and I'd pretty well jumped through every hoop that they put in front of me to get the job. So I just thought, well, okay, your loss.
And then you got a job. This is hilarious. Then you got a job where?
I got a job with Life Without Barriers, a disability organisation.
Life Without Barriers is the joke of this, because what happened with Life Without Barriers?
So when you first get a job like that, you go through all this online mandatory training, and I was just sitting there after I'd had the sack from the hospital and going through all this crap, basically, by saying how there's choice with everything, knowing that I was going to get the sack from these people, because all the other staff who I'd met there, they'd all taken it, and they couldn't believe that I was just starting a job with them and that I wasn't going to take it. They had car payments and different things, which I totally understand their reasons, each to their own. But Life Without Barriers kicked me out after a month because
you found a barrier.
Yeah.
You found a barrier. Life Without Barriers had a barrier. You had to take the experimental shite. So then you're by yourself, you're at home, and this is how it links up. So you must have thought, what's my future? And I'm going around Australia just doing what I'm doing, not even thinking about my future, because I wasn't sure I'd end up in jail if they'd arrested me for something. So when did you see me? I'm only saying this not to be an egotist, but it's really a beautiful story.
So I'd been, like everyone else, I suppose, on our devices and seeing what was happening in the world. And there were quite a few people out there from around the world, as well as Michael, who were speaking up and calling this shit out. And so I remember seeing you at Epic. And
on the camera, on the phone.
Yeah. So I didn't go to Epic. I was one of the people that sat on my couch and thought, oh my God, I want to go, but I didn't go. And anyway, so when I saw Michael there, interviewing people. G'day, what's your name? Where are you from? What's brought you to Canberra? Laughing and smoking and just having a ball, basically full of joy when people all around me where I come from at the hospital and the disability organisation, you know, they're all quite full of fear. The TV was pumping out fear 24/7 basically, and there was Michael and many others who would just, they could see straight through it, and I thought, these are my people. So when Michael, Wendy and Cret came through the Lismore area in early 22, was it?
Yeah, that would have been a few months. Did you watch anything else I did in that time, or was it just the one-off?
No. I'd seen you. You know, you're one of many though, honey.
Yeah, I know. So there's Dave O'Neggs, there's all these others.
Sam the Weather Girl.
I was about 28. But I was the only one that came to Lismore.
That's right. And yeah, so I thought when I knew they were coming to Lismore that I was definitely going to go there, pop some money into their pockets for petrol, say thank you for doing what you're doing, because you guys are a lifeline, and kept me sane. Let me know that I wasn't crazy. I wasn't nuts to be thinking that this is bullshit. Yeah.
And so we were at Lismore. I think you've probably seen the thing. So we'll move on from there. So that's where we met. We went back there to recently we were in Lismore, and we went back there to propose there. But the first time we had a big argument. We had to leave. We had to come back. So it was the second crack.
Yeah, we did have a big argument actually.
So the second crack
I was right, by the way.
So the second crack, we came back and we did it, and that's when we did that post that a lot of people said a lot of beautiful things about. But to me, it gives hope, because if there was no other option open to us than comply with society, then if that was the only route, then there'd be no hope out here for all of us who have not complied. But in actual fact, we are finding ourselves. Even talking to Dave O'Neggs today, he said he's doing better than he's ever done, but he's still struggling with the loss of his mum. But himself is alive, and he keeps fighting. And that's the same with all these people I meet. We're a bit weary. We all seem to have come to the conclusion that we can't wake anyone up. And so now we're here and we're still going forward. And now we're days away from digital ID, which is coming on the 27th, just beyond Christmas. So what are your thoughts on what's happening now with digital ID and everything?
Yeah, it's very concerning. I know it's just another way that they're trying to squeeze us, control us. And yeah, I just think it's bullshit that anyone should tell anyone else how to live their life. It's not their business.
There's the other thing too. I played some Andrew Brigden today because there's a big protest in England today with all the names that I follow, and a lot of people I've interviewed on there saying that if you have digital ID, that's it. If you say yes to digital ID, you will never be able to say no to anything else the government does, because it's actually the social credit score system. That's not something else they have to set up. It's there. Now, for some good news, before we go and talk about the future, for some good news, Tom Vogel got kicked off Facebook, and he had to do verify himself with a video of his face to get back on. And he had to do, show his face like this, make a 30-second video and put it in. And then he'd heard from his kids that the way the under 16s were getting past this digital ID facial recognition is and this is true, they were putting up Albanese's face. I'll see if I've got a picture of it, because I did get it down. Let's just see if I've got it. Okay, I don't know if you're going to see this much. Tom just sent it to me, so I'll just get it. Here it is. And so you can see there, you can see Albanese behind the thing there. So Tom sent in Albanese's face, and Facebook has allowed him back onto his Facebook. So he's cracked facial recognition by using our prime minister's face. And apparently that's what all the kids are doing. And so this is why Tom and I were saying today, we're in a war. We're in a nonsense war. I mean, this is nonsense. They've just been, the lies have just gone up exponentially. And that's what everybody is so confused by, that, especially the other mob trying to, how would I put this? The government has, and the system has all the money. If you took all the money out of the system, I don't think hardly anyone would go with them. They go, we don't want digital ID. We don't want to take this jab. We don't want. But the only reason why people have complied so far is they have all the money. But now, and so we've called it a nonsense war, and people have gone along with the nonsense because of that. And that includes climate change. That includes drag queens teaching our kids. That includes some woman just got fined $100,000 for saying that the soccer team with men playing as women, that she called them men. Now she's been fined $100,000. This is all nonsense, but that's what we're in. And our community is a community that's decided to hold on to common sense. So we're holding on to absolute common sense. And and the other beauty about common sense is you can't have fairness in a society unless society is built on common sense. So anyway, that's my thoughts. So, but going forward now is like what we're doing. So we'll tell you what we're doing now. First off, we're heading down to Sydney.
Yes, we're heading down to Sydney for Christmas Day with my family, and we're going to stay there a couple days and then make our way to WA to your family.
Yeah, to see my parents and spend some time with them. And we'll take our time going across. We won't race across. It'll be January. So I don't know. At the moment, tonight's show was thrown together very quickly. We don't have a guest for tomorrow night's show either because it's Christmas. It's very hard to organize these things. And a lot of the mainstays are not doing the show. So no, there won't be What the F this evening. I think if you watched it last week, the boys actually said that was their last show for the year. So there's no What the Fuck. And Dave O'Negg, he had to pull out. So I don't know how we're going to do these. But we're doing things like this. We're taking pictures of Kelli, and people might think, what are they doing? So I'll just bring up some. I'll bring up this one. And this is a form of protesting because they like what Kelli said early on, everyone was surrounded by fear and frustration and depression and feeling like there's nothing they can do. Where we're actually alive. That's our home. Now we're on the road with loads of other people, and but this is our home. We've actually just changed the shock absorbers, which we're 38 years old, so we don't actually know how she's going to drive when we take off. But even doing these pictures, you think, okay, basically we're homeless living in a bus because we got kicked out of society. But where did you get that dress from?
I got that from an op shop, and I can't remember where. Possibly Victoria when we're down there.
And so basically, here's Kelli here, and we're having fun. We're being ourselves. It's not like we're just going to walk around in long T-shirts and three-quarter pants.
And no offense to those who
No, they do. But no, but it's actually being us. Now, this shop was a protest. Now, the thing behind this is we want to live like we're free and even like a little bit of danger to us because we are. I mean, took that one here. So this is our bus. So we park. Now, what we can do here, we've got a Starlink, which is on the roof now, so we can broadcast from everywhere. We have a second Starlink we bought with some money from a supporter, and that allows us to work as we're driving. So we're going across the Nullarbor, we do lives, and we live stream the road, so we can actually do it as we're driving. Then we have a generator, so we can have power if we go. We have solar. water. So basically, we're a fully independent media unit, plus we sleep in it. But our life consists of, like, say, in the morning, one of the first things we do is rip down the curtain, don't we, and see where we are.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. So we're waking up with the sun, or probably before the sun. And yeah, we're very blessed to have a different view, I guess, every morning. Sometimes we might stay somewhere for a couple of days, but very seldom. So, I mean, it's a big job packing up your house and unpacking because it's your daily drive. But it's a beautiful life. It's a very simple life. It keeps my feet on the ground, and it keeps me grateful for everything, because our country is just so beautiful. And since I've been with Michael, I've seen things that I know that I would never have seen if I hadn't have met you. But I've always wanted to do it, and to be free, and to basically live like a gypsy. But it does come with a big cost. You don't have a bathroom, you don't have a laundry, you don't have a lounge room, or a hallway, or you can't hang pictures on the walls and all those basic things. But it's a gorgeous life, and it keeps me in the moment very much. So while our devices might show us what's happening around the world, and there's great benefit to knowing where our friends and family and others are, what I find is living in the bus really helps me tune in to myself and to Michael, and to tune out to a lot of stuff that doesn't really affect us until it affects us. What I find is we'll deal with what we have to when we have to, and that's where we need to be in that moment.
The other thing that we're doing, the method behind it, is the protests are not working. I heard that, I don't know how the protests went this weekend, but the protests don't seem to be working. Many of us in the community who are doing things like Dave and Eggs and Hoodie and all others that we talk to, that we of the belief that we can't wake anyone else up anymore. People will wake up when they can. To me, I like meeting our community and like I interviewed Dave last night, bringing an identity to our community. I think our community is brave, resilient, innovative, but also frustrated. We're living in a death camp. People are dying and getting sick all around us, and we're not able to do anything to stop it. They won't even. We heard today from a friend of mine. He is a gardener for a nurse, and this nurse is basically dying of the jab, and yet she keeps taking them. She won't believe that it was the jab, even though it's debilitating her. And he despairs that he has to see it, but all he can do is grieve. He's tried to talk about it. She won't hear it. She just sees vaccine saves lives as it's killing her. Now, this is only one story, but we hear loads and loads and loads of stories like this that are despairing. And our community is having to watch it. They're the spectators of this. And so one thing is to celebrate those when we meet them. And a lot of them don't want to talk anymore because they think, what's the point? They just want to talk to us. So we capture them that way, capture their stories that way. Maybe we'll write about it a few days later anonymously, or we'll do rants about it. But the other thing is that what we feel like, and this might be silly, but freedom is being crushed in this in this country as we speak. Would you agree?
Absolutely, it is. You're feeling it more and more so.
Well, look at us on the road, the things we see.
Yeah.
Cameras everywhere, cameras in rest stops saying you're being filmed. Everywhere, there's no camping signs. We see it everywhere. And you see it in the people, don't you?
That's right. Yeah. Basic things. People should have access to toilets, public toilets, 24/7. But the public toilets that we come across are they're locked at 8 p.m. and there's parks that have boom gates across them, so car parks can't be accessed. I mean, this is the people's land. The earth belongs to all of us, not just these dickheads in suits that make decisions. And
Anyway, so what we feel like, or what the thing is that we, as long as we can keep this bus on the road and going, and it says free speech defense, and eventually I think they'll either, who knows what will happen. I think I'll probably get arrested if they bring these new laws in, like in England. So I'll probably end up in the jail, maybe even this year if they bring them in. So until that happens, we are symbols of freedom. You can follow us on cafelockout.com. There's an interactive map, so you can find out where we are. But we just are symbols of freedom. I see Australia as like a budgie cage surrounded by beautiful forests and all this land where the budgies could fly. And for some reason, the budgies are crowded into these cages and the door is open. And COVID kicked us out of the cage because I was in the cage too. And are we keeping you up? And we're flying.
I'm putting a comment up.
We're flying around the cage, basically going, look, you can survive out here. Now, people go to us, how do you survive? Now, some people in the community now are saying, oh, they must be paid. They're paid shills. They've been paid by the Liberal Party or something. If we were getting paid by anybody, we'd have a toilet in the fucking bus. Straight up. So it's not. We survive over book people by the book. People are buying the Blue Bee stickers and stuff like this.
And our
Okay.
supporters, the people who want us to keep going, like a lady the other day put $50 in your pocket and said, that's for fuel, please keep going.
Yeah.
You know, so thank
people
you
give
to
us
all
some-
those people who have given us some money along the way, or some, what is it, some sauerkraut, or, you know, a loaf of bread. Like, we just get these
eggs.
Yeah, we're very grateful for everything. And if we can't use it, we'll pass it on to someone that can, because we've got limited space. So,
But we've transitioned. It's taken a big time, but we've transitioned, because when I was originally going around by myself, it was like the war was really intense. We had Dan Andrews there, and everything was nuts. So people were giving us money to continue the work that Damien and I did, that we did at Epic, that we were in Australia. But that time has long since passed. And the only way to keep going was to find a way to become like a business. And so we provide views from the road, ideas, thoughts, and philosophy, whatever. We provide it as content creators. And if people like it, then they can support it. We put everything up for free. There's no paywalls and anything. I think there was a paywall on my plays once, but it didn't really work. So we put everything, hey, Kerry, there we put everything up for free. And if people want to support us, if they can, we know a lot of people don't have money, so we don't care. So we just keep going like on the grace of God. We don't worry about it enough. And that's what we do. And what else? That's about it, really, isn't it?
yeah. And going town to town, we're going to be doing it slower this time round, so as we can really take the time to meet people, because sometimes people say, oh, you know, I missed you, you came through Inverell, and, you know, so getting word out there is the challenging thing that I find.
Telegram, probably.
Yeah.
So Telegram in the interactive map. We'll probably use Telegram because we don't know if tonight might be, or the 27th might be the last time we do Facebook. Substack, everyone's getting kicked off Substack. So tonight I get on Substack, I might not be allowed on. So at the moment, we don't know how we're going to get through, but we just keep going. And that's what I've decided to do. So when people stop watching me, which will probably eventually happen, maybe even happen next week, or when they stop buying our stuff or supporting us any way they want, then we'll just, I don't know, we'll survive some way. But right now we are symbols, whether we like it or not. We've got the Be Free here, and we are free. We really are free. So to show you what freedom is like, the other day we had to do a show in the evening, and every day is like I just live day by day. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we don't have any future plans at all, except a vague thing going to Perth. We Yeah, I just got it, Tom. I just put it up, the Albo recognition shot. So so we don't have any plans of like going forward. We're not going to be. We do love marketing through Cafe Lockdown, and this is interesting. Um, the other day, we put a we did the numbers for the last 28 days, and our reach is 6 million people over all our socials. So, but no one can. Very few people can advertise with us or want to. Maybe they're scared of retribution by the government. I don't know. And so we don't. We just we just go and live as artists. Really, Kelly. I don't think until she realized me is a great photographer, and she's getting better all the time. And and this is what I'm saying. If you leave the safety of your cage, you don't know, even in your mature age, what you're capable of. And people are getting in passionately. Um, what would be the like? How would I put this? Margie Muggs or Margie from
Margie McKenzie, yes, beautiful Margie.
she's from Maryborough.
Maryborough, yeah.
Now she makes the mugs. She's constantly doing stuff to inspire other people. And I think this is the way our community could gather people to our community. For 5 years we've been banging people with the head with facts. It's nanobots and this and the world's flat and climate change or anything we can think of, but it hasn't really worked. But what we have is what we had at Epic. We had each other. That's where you watched it. You saw the joy. That wasn't just my joy. The whole community in Epic was joyous.
It was beautiful.
I was just one of the people recording it. I think we've been given an obligation or a responsibility by whoever called us to Epic, and we were called to sell that joy of being alive, that joy of being a human. So we're not on holiday. Don't think, oh, we're on holiday, eventually going to go back and find an office and sit down and do something. This is our lives. And as long as we can continue to stay out here, we're a form of defiance. Because this bus, no computers in it. As far as I know, no computers except our laptops. There's no computers in it, meaning they can't just flick a switch and shut it down. So as long as we can keep diesel in it, we can keep it going. And when we turn up in a town, she's covered in all these images. People don't know what to do with it. They sit there going, like this. But others come up and embrace us. And then the others who are looking at us are going, what is this? Why are these people embracing them? Aren't they those people? You know what I mean? And I think this, look, I don't know if I'm just talking shit, but this is my feeling going forward of what we do. So we live very, very frugally. We mostly cook our own food. About a few times a week, we go to a cafe for breakfast.
Not very much because it's expensive and
Yeah.
it's poor quality. It's not made with love. But we've got limited space, and sometimes we don't get to the shops, and we get to a point where we're hungry, we're tired, we need a shower, and it's just like, bugger it, let's just go to a cafe. But
The showers is interesting. We shower in gyms, Anytime Fitness. We shower in gyms, so we can have membership for that.
we have a gym membership, but we do just shower at gyms, unfortunately.
So we walk in like we're going to do a workout, then we just have a shower and piss off.
Yeah, that's something that I'd love for us to tweak and just go on the treadmill for maybe 20 minutes even before our shower. But often there's just so much work waiting, and with it just being us two.
I also want to say we are on no government benefits at all. Nothing. There's
So
no.
thank you to everyone who supports us
Yeah.
and helps us to continue doing the work that we do. And
I think if we get government benefits, we'll quit because we'll be, it'll be we'll be hypocrites. So we survive on our wits. We survive. Oh, hey, Adrian, how you going?
we go without.
We go without. But
we both need to see a dentist. We both needed to see a dentist for a good it'd have to be a year and a half for me that I've needed to see a dentist, and I know Michael needs to see one. But all of us are going without things
Yeah.
as well that we need. It's not just us, and I'm not
No.
just having a whinge, but it's I don't know. We're at war as well. We often forget just because it's like a passive war and we're slowly being squeezed. It doesn't mean that it's not really happening, and it is. It's draconian and it's tyranny and it's
here. On
that's right.
27th of December, it's coming in. It might not have felt that much with the last one with the under 16-year-olds, but it's coming in, and they're going to have a crack at trying it. Whether they pull it off, I don't know. And all we can do is watch and see whether all of Australians just give in and go, oh, I can't be bothered. Yeah, whatever, do facial recognition because I got to get on Facebook because I got to watch my funny cat videos, or whether finally they're going to go, no, you're not doing to this. We can see what you're doing. We're not. And I see a lot of stuff on my socials of people standing up and talking, people I've never seen before. But maybe that's the algorithm is sending it to me. Yeah, Donna here, she's the same. No government benefits. She really does the tough mantra moments, and I love how she keeps fighting. But this is it. This is how we're doing it. So I don't know what to say. I'd love to say I've got a big plan of how we're going to take over the country, or we've got an alternative thing to find out. We don't know. What we do know, though, and what I've learned in the last few years, is your country is extraordinary. The beauty of your country, and not just the great landscapes. It's the tiny little flowers, the unique little insects that are biting Kelly at the moment.
Yeah.
The characters. We're seeing a lot of Australian flags flying everywhere, aren't we?
Yeah, a lot of us. I love it. Love seeing the Aussie flags. I did think I'd be able to take a photo of all of them along the road, but there's just been too many, and can't really juggle the camera while I'm driving. But anyway, yeah, I've noticed more Aussie flags than any other time that we've been on the road. So a lot of people are aware out there, and it gives me a lot of hope whenever I see someone flying the flag, regardless of what flag they want to fly. That's up to them. But yeah.
And so the other thing I would say is that we are one people. Everyone says, "Oh, we got to unite. We got to unite." We are united. We might not all like each other. Maybe some people are like they're really into bossy, and I know the leader of My Place doesn't like me, so I think he's always telling his whenever we go to My Place group, they're often a bit standoffish. But then once they meet us, they warm up. We are not doing what people maybe want us to do. I don't know. Maybe I'm supposed to set up a group or look this way or not smoke dope or not do this. I'm being free by being 100% myself. Even though I love being a part of Cafe Lockdown, I don't actually give much of a fuck what everybody thinks of me. I'm free. And that is my protest. That is my way of fighting the government. If they come to get me, they're going to take down the freest version of Michael I've ever been. How about you?
I just love this, Michael.
But how about you with freedom?
Me with freedom? Yeah.
What, were you listening?
No, I wasn't really listening. I was reading the comments, but I heard you say something about this, Michael.
Have you ever been freer in your life?
Probably when I was a kid. But yeah, my adult self. No, I always knew that there was something up, something stunk. The system, it didn't feel right. It always felt oppressive, and I used to think, well, what right have others got to tell me how to live my life? It just didn't make sense to me. And so now that I've found my voice and found my man, I feel
and your boss,
yeah, my Florence. Yeah, I feel free. I feel like I'm in my bliss, really. I found my groove.
And that's hope. So the whole world feels like it's getting darker, but maybe that's how they're making us feel. That's this constant fear, this constant media is hitting us. They're making us feel hopeless. We keep meeting people going, oh, what can I do? What can I do? Do anything. You're alive. You're here. You're an incredible country. We have some fucktards in charge at the moment, but the people can rise up and get rid of them, and we can start again. It is time. So that's what we're trying to do, inspire that way. And there's a lot of people we're meeting on the road. There's a lot of people, uh, yeah, there's a lot of people just hitting the road. And so we're a part of that. That's why I called it an exodus. But the only trouble is, and this is in the song I wrote, Exodus, is Australia is surrounded by barbed wire fences. So what's his name is caravan parks are great, but they can be very expensive, especially around the city. They're bringing in draconian laws that are stopping you park for free. And I understand that someone's got a view of the beach. They don't want somebody sitting there in a bus who hasn't paid $1 trillion to own the house. I get it. But I don't know. We don't stay for long, and we keep moving. And I like the sense of moving now. And I feel like there's things hunting us down in a way. We still get some trolls, not many, but they are still around. I believe they're bots, or
There's some dickheads been on here tonight as well.
and if they're not bots, I just feel for them. I really pity them because they're so pathetic. All they ever have is dirty words or calling us names. They actually have never ever have, or are they incapable of having a conversation? I saw this in the hospital when I was sick with the heart, and I have to say, thank you for being there constantly.
You're welcome.
You saved my
I
life.
love that hospital food.
That's the other
Those
thing
meat
too.
Sandwiches rule.
So this is going apart. I'm a part of something beautiful now. So she was watching me in Epic, and on her list of top 100 podcasters, I was like 97 or something, but I turned up in Lismore. And then, but I was, for a long time with her, I didn't tell her. She kind of knew, but I was having a lot of heart issues, and I actually thought I was going to cark it. And a part of me didn't care because I thought, yeah, it's so hard. I don't see any future. Where's it going? And I felt like I'd done everything I could, and that's part of why I was working so hard, just to try and get as much done as I could before I had a heart attack and died. But when I had the heart attack in the bus, we were outside William Bay's place, and Kelly was asleep. We'd been to a political rally with Malcolm Roberts and Jared Rennick and all these others, and I was in pain. Even Tricky said to me, "You look really tired." And anyway, that night I had the pain. I couldn't shift it, and then I had a heart attack while I was holding onto my sink. Sorry if you've heard this before. And then the heart attack passed. I thought I was going to die, but it passed, and I was still standing. And I looked down, and Kelly was asleep. And I decided, because that no matter what I'd lost, that I was going to continue. I was going to continue with Kelly. And so I feel like I've been sent, Kelly. I really do. I feel like I've been sent, Kelly, to help us continue on this journey, whatever it is, whatever good we're doing. We're hoping doing some good as we're going further. And I just want to document as much as I can in other essays, interviews, rants, and stuff, what is happening to our beautiful country and our incredible culture that has been. I know there's outside forces behind it, but in the truth, it's our own politicians that have agreed or are so blind to what they're doing that they're corrupting it, that they're destroying it. They're transforming it into something we don't want to go. And I think if you sat down with most people and said, do you really want to go to digital ID and a social credit score system and have cameras in your face constantly and having the government knowing exactly what you're doing at any time? Do you really want that? And they would say no. The only hinge-pin, the only thing that makes them shut up and maybe do it is that the government has all the money, our money, but they have it. So to me, our country is coming up to a crossroads where it has to decide what matters most to it: identity, culture, freedom, or just money. Anything else you'd like to add, my gorgeous woman?
Yeah, just keep being yourself, live your life. If you're thinking about it, if you're dreaming about it, just get out there and do it. You won't regret it. You'll regret it if you're on your deathbed and you think, shit, I wish I had taken the plunge, or I wish I had have spoken to that person or took a chance, whatever it was. Just do it. You'll be so proud of yourself. And that's
Well,
what,
look at us. We found a way.
yeah,
I filled the bus full of diesel. We got it bogged up to the axles.
petrol. But
With
anyway,
petrol, with petrol bogged up to the axles. We
yeah.
had a bloody great snake under the bus.
Tons of stuff has happened to us, like the tech gear stuff's up all the time. Starlink, just there's just so many things that go wrong, but there's so many things that go right as well, and that feel right, and it's just beautiful, and I'm so grateful for our lives.
We haven't set a date for the wedding yet, or a place. We will get onto that, and but really, I really felt when I was asking Kelly to marry me that we literally are proof that this road we're on, where we got discarded, I call it goodbye road, whatever it is, what we are is proof that there is destinies and fate out here waiting for us. Well, I've survived now, since I was cancelled as a playwright. I've survived now for 5 years. This will be my 6th year surviving, being a content creator, or basically this is it. And what I'm interested in as we're going forward, if you're setting up a business, if you're doing anything, selling honey or anything you want to do, or any way that your life has transformed for the better since you were kicked out of society, and you want to celebrate that, let's talk. Let's get you on. I think it's time. That's why we're trying to capture the music, the literature. If you maybe you want to write a novel or write anything, it's time for us to use art to cement our identity. And it's a music, poetry, literature, anything like that, are ways that we can leave something in the past that says we were here and we fought and we did not want to give up our freedoms. Whether we succeed or not, I don't know. I feel we will now, because I feel that that their fear is losing its grip, and that common sense is finally coming up, and people are going, well, that's bullshit, and that's bullshit. And I think that could be the turning point, and maybe we'll end up in a country that was even better than the one we had before COVID. I also want to say I'm in love with Kelly, and I'm deeply in love with her, and I feel really blessed for the life I have, and I feel really blessed for what I do, and I would not have reached this unless I went through the fear of not complying with the government and heading off down a road that had nothing waiting for me. I couldn't get a job. I couldn't go to cafes. I couldn't go anywhere. But something inside of me said, don't give in. Go, just keep going. And that's what I did. I followed a voice of something. Some people say it's God, whatever. I do think it is. And I followed a good source. And now I'm here. And so COVID has been a blessing to me, because I think I'm a part of the exodus that is people all over Australia, maybe all over the world, waking up and going, we don't want your tyranny. We don't want your cameras. We don't want your digital ID. We're going to try find another country. We might not have a map. We might not know where we're going, but we know we're on the right path. And finding each other and being as nurturing to each other as this is like a signpost that says, you're on the right path. Don't go back. Keep going forward.
Well said, Mr. Griffith.
Oh, that's what I do. But it's true. It's true. It's very easy to do this stuff because it's true.
Yeah. And us doing commerce with one another too. Like, I
Mm.
love the idea of us having an old school yellow pages where all the people from the freedom movement, or the people who are awake, or however you want to put it, we work together. So if you need a plumber, or you need your lawn mowed, or whatever you need, that you contact someone who's awake and aware and who wants to use cash or trade, barter, however. And we keep our money amongst ourselves, and we keep ourselves thriving and alive and productive members of society, like the blue-banded bee. Yeah. So if we can work out a way to do that, and just get names, addresses, phone numbers, states, towns, wherever, because there might be people travelling through that need a free camp. And if the local toilets are closed, or the local park has got the boom gate down and you can't find somewhere safe to park, it'd be lovely if someone could just let them park in their driveway, or whatever. Just a friendly word from someone who knows that you're not crazy in this crazy world would be priceless.
I also want a big thank out to Bill. We're at Fort Bill's
Yeah.
now, and Roscoe.
Kez. Bill and Kez.
Bill and Kez. We've
Yeah.
got Roscoe here, and Chriso, and Phil. Yep. And
who else? Adrian.
Adrian.
Hey,
Adrian's
Adrian.
here. Yeah, Adrian's here, and he's got his lasers up. And Adrian's a perfect example. Here he is. He's doing lasering. He's documenting us in his own way with his laser technology. He's documenting what's happening, and this is something special. It might, in the future, they're going to look back at this. These will be the antiques. These are the dissidents. These are the core people that ended up becoming the architects of the new Australia. Maybe. Yeah. Anyway, we're getting attacked by insects. That's this. A big thanks to Tom. I got Tom and the What the F Boys for their great thing they do Tuesday night. And Tom's a great friend of mine. Richard and David and Dr. Oosterhouse are going to come on the 26th. Right before the 27th, we're going to do a no-goat show. Damien can't come on at the moment, so it's going to be the three of us on the 26th. A huge thanks to Robin from Courage is the Cure, who has been unstoppable in what she does, regardless of the fact that she relentless is the perfect word, regardless of the things she gets thrown at her. Donna, who's on here now, Donna Mantra Moments, the good work that she keeps doing. Rahana, who keeps pushing away, keeps pushing through and trying to find ways to get the plays up, and her Earthworm Woman, which she's trying to grow. Who else is there? There's so many to thank. Oh, Lee, who comes on from Darwin, who comes on with ideas on how to save us. This gorgeous man. Lindsay, who's gives us every 2 weeks, comes on, and we have a chat about the philosophy of our times. I think he's incredible, and we just keep meeting so many incredible people. George, George, George Keswick, who does this great Friday night show now, and now he's doing albums, and he's written a book. George Keswick, Rosemary Marshall, Dr. Oosterhouse, who's just
Paul. Who doesn't love Paul? Like, seriously.
Yeah, and he's single, girls. He's single. He's tall. He's good looking. He's a doctor. Come
There
on.
are lots of single men and women in the movement, and we have discussed doing like a perfect match show or a single show or something like that, because we meet all these beautiful people along the way, and I think to myself, John would be great with Mary, and if I could just hook those two up, so I don't know if we have singles come on, say you have 3 single men on one night, and the ladies out there in the audience, they could,
auction them off.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. There's got to be a way for these guys to meet up. But who else is? So George on Friday nights. Jason Olborn. He's the other one.
Yeah, Jason Olborn. Yeah, he's just come on. He does his thing. Mark Batts, who does Batty. Yeah, who does thing. Batty just keeps going, and the Cardi Girls.
Oh, the Cardi Girls. How can we forget all these people?
I know. Sorry.
There's so many great people who we I was going to say work with, but it's not working with people. It's just doing life with people. And it's like all you guys that comment as well. Like, We love you people. That sounds terrible. I'm sorry about calling
You people.
We love you guys in the comments, and it's like family when we see your names pop up. And so thank you for all your support and your love and just being there. You know, your good vibes. Just adore you.
Yeah, we're a part of something beautiful. We really are. I might be a more prominent part because of this show, but we're all equal. We're all a part of it. I love turning up. And the thing is, do not be frightened that you're going to have to do an interview if you meet me. We don't force people to do interviews ever anymore. Often we turn up in town, we might have half a dozen people meet us right off, and they don't want to do interviews. And I get it. It's a very troubling time. It's fine. So the traveling is getting harder and harder.
Read that.
Well, what would you say?
Well, we're getting older, and we find the need to go a bit slower, I feel, because there's people out there. I don't like missing out seeing people, so I want to take things a bit slower. You know, the bus isn't getting any younger either, so we have to be gentler on her. And
it's just we're getting better organized. Kelly's much more organized than me, so we're getting more organized. And so we're
Rochi.
Rochi, yeah. Well, we're finding ways.
Hey sis.
We're finding ways to basically, how would you say it? Just to get our systems working better. So if we don't get back to you, it's often because we're inundated with.
Yeah.
We literally have to spend the whole day just answering texts, and people send us videos and say, "Look at this, it's only an hour long or 2 hours long." We just don't have the time. So all we are is a couple now. We're single now. We're a couple, and we're just doing what we think is right in this great struggle that we're all in to not go into the darkness. So we're trying to be symbols of light, really. And
we want everyone to thrive. We want everyone to live their dreams. And, you know, we're well into the second half of our life. And I think if you don't do it now, when are you going to do it? You know, so take a chance. Do something that scares you every day. Things don't scare me anymore. I love my life. So thank you, universe. And Kelly. Michael.
So that's it from us, guys. Take care. We don't know who we'll have on tomorrow. We'll get that. I've written a song. It's going to be this is an old song I haven't played for a while, but this is it. This is it's the woman's called Martine, but the AI voice says Martin, but it's not a gay song. So we're trying to find a name to change it. I think it's Justine or something. But this is about. I wrote this before COVID for another project, but this is us now. Most people watching here, apart from the trolls, we are on goodbye road, meaning we don't want to go the way society's going, and at the moment we don't have another destination to head to. So we're just searching. But what we did find, and what we found initially on Goodbye Road, and what we should always remember, even if you don't like someone, all of us in the movement have earned our stripes. We don't have to prove our courage to anyone anymore, especially each other. So if you don't like them, it's still offering them the respect that these are warriors. Give them a warrior's respect, regardless how they feel about you. But what I was saying is we are the orphans of Goodbye Road. And what we found first up, which saved most of us, is we found each other. And that's another thing of going out and constantly meeting people from our community. We are worthy. It's time to be proud of who we are proud of how we withstood this, proud of all our failures, because we've tried everything. And then eventually things will turn around and we'll start having success and more successes. It's coming because we're not quitting. And so we just have to keep going. So, yeah, I'm just ranting now. So to me, the future is a possibility of something good. I can see a light in the distance. I'm just not sure of its direction. But what I do know is wherever you get all of us together, even in small groups, we glow. And we're a worthy glow. And it's time to be proud of ourselves. And it's time to actually, if nothing else, be that, to celebrate who we are and what we've achieved and the fact that we haven't been crushed. even if they might be coming to try crush us again, which they won't be able to do. Even if they throw us in jail, they're not going to be able to do it. They're not going to have a jail's big enough. Anyway, I'll see you all then. I'm going to hand it over to my lovely woman to take us out, and you're going to say some great, powerful speech to inspire the nation.
Which you've already done, Mr. Griffith.
No, I just did the prologue.
He's just taking the piss right now. Yeah. So if you had an order, I just wanted to say, guys, if you've had an order and we haven't got back to you, or you're missing your order or anything, please just get in touch with us. We're transitioning from Gmail over to Proton now. So are we able to get everyone's on our mailing list?
Yeah, we're working with Kevin too. So we'll try and get because our mailing list is Substack. But of course, now we might not be able to get on Substack. So we're going to have to move to a secondary mailing list that we will try to do there. So, Teresa here. Teresa, I'm single. I love Dr. Paul.
There's been quite a few women on there saying they love Dr. Paul and they're single.
Yeah.
And thanks to Margie for our mugs too. The drinks have gone cold, but these were the surprise mugs that Margie sent us.
Yeah, when you put hot water in, an image appears.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's gorgeous. Yeah. Anyway, guys, so we are trying to get systems up so we can get back to everyone. Yeah, if you had an order, it hasn't come through, please contact us because things are getting slipped, but we are getting better at it. And good luck to us all. I do think the light is with us, and maybe that's both our gift and also our burden, that we have to keep it shining, because they're trying to dim all of our lights and create a dark world, and we simply cannot let that happen. Good night, everybody. This is Goodbye Road. Thanks for listening. See ya.
Martin was a nurse with dark clouds in her face that would weep for no reason down Goodbye Road. Drove up from Melbourne, her life in one case, and sat in my office, said, I'm looking for a home. Don't you have someone, somewhere to go? Where are you from? I really wanna know. Is it like that billboard near the end of their line? Because keep rolling, honey, and you'll find mine. Sometimes you have to head out on your own, because you can die of hunger trying to suck love from a stone. Sometimes you have to go build your dream home from the orphan's haunting. Goodbye Road. Love on one hand, freedom on the other. Gino said no to the jabs and lost his job and his brothers. He found Martin in a stand in the park, where after buying her a coffee, he asked as she stirred, don't you have someone, somewhere to go? Here is somewhere, you're cute, don't you know? Close your eyes, Gino, and you will see orphans can build homes on Goodbye Road. Gino stayed night after night. Then Martin whispered, let's build a light. For my soul is hungry and my heart is on fire, because it knows my love, because it now knows. Press up love from a stone. Sometimes we have to go build our dream homes with the orphans haunting. Goodbye,